Okay. The important thing to remember is that the stretching is for the fascia. The actual workout here is exhaling a little forcefully while flexing muscles, forcing the oxygen to the muscles that are using it the most. Step 1, sit comfortably and put your hands on your belly. I want you to take a deep breath in and hold it for a moment, and then blow it out. But before you get to the end, I want you to blow out the last little bit in 3 puffs. Really emptying those lungs. And you'll feel your tummy tighten at the same time. I'll do it with you so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, we're going to do that 2 more times. Really blow all that air out. Get a couple more puffs. Good job. Deep breath. Okay, breathe normally. Now we're going to activate the large muscle groups very gently. If anything starts to hurt, back off of the flexing somewhat. Remember, this is just about stretching the fascia and awakening the muscles, not beating them up with a 2x4. Okay. Sitting on your chair comfortably with your back pressed up against the back of the chair and your feet flat on the floor. Put your hands on your thighs so you can feel your thigh muscles flex. Kind of flex them right now. You don't have to tighten your belly. You don't have to tighten your bottom. It's kind of like, see if I can get it in the video here. It's kind of like Kegels, but also for your thighs. Just flex them a little bit. Okay, and we're going to take a deep breath in and then blow it out and flex your thighs. Keep going and keep going and keep going. Relax. Breathe normally. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Take a deep breath. Flex your thighs and blow out. And before you run out of air, blow 3 more puffs. Okay, relax and breathe normally. Last time, take a deep breath in, tighten up your thighs, and blow out that air, as well as 3 more puffs. Okay, now take a deep breath. Yes, breathe normally. Now we're going to do 3 small, gentle leg lifts. I want you to breathe, take a deep breath. I don't know if I can get it in the camera, but all you're doing, you're not lifting your leg. You're just lifting your foot a little bit off the floor. As much as you can without putting your leg into spasm or getting a foot cramp. Just lift your heel off the floor a little bit. Take a deep breath, lift your foot off the floor, and blow out. 1, 2, 3. Put your foot down. Make sure you relax your whole leg, because while you're holding your foot up, your thigh muscle is going to tense, your stomach is going to tense. Take a moment to relax. We're going to do that 2 more times. Lift your heel a little bit off the floor. You don't have to point your toes at the ceiling or anything like that. Just lift your heel a little bit off the floor. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Put your foot down. If you're starting to feel like you're getting a cramp or something, feel free to massage your muscle. Move your foot around a little bit to work that cramp out. I'm just going to do this 1 more time. Deep breath. Good job. Get a sip of water. I should have been telling you to have a sip of water between each one of these exercises. Especially because you're doing this first thing in the morning, it's important to get some water in your system. Close your eyes and just breathe normally. But I want you to breathe a little deeper and exhale a little more fully than you normally would when you are just watching TV. We're not just going to sit and breathe shallowly like we always do. I want you to breathe in, hold it for a second or two, and then breathe out. It's a meditation that increases mindfulness of your breathing and your lungs. And it can help with chronic breathing problems, coughing, COPD. And we're just going to sit for a full minute and do this. Remember, we're not doing any fast breathing. We're not doing super deep breaths. I don't want you hyperventilating. It's just a nice deep breath without really sucking in all the air that you possibly can. It's just a nice deep breath, like you stepped outside and you want to smell the outdoors. And then when you exhale, it's just a relaxed exhaling of diaphragm. You're not forcing it. You're not blowing. You're not puffing. It's just a nice inhale and a nice exhale. Okay, that was more like 30 seconds and not a minute. I apologize for that. All right, now reach out in front of you as if you're holding a basketball. It's about 10 to 12 inches across, so your arms are basically just straight out in front of your shoulders. And it's not real heavy, but you've got to keep hold of it. So you've got your fingers gripped just a little bit, okay? Not enough to really flex your arm muscles, just enough to tense them up a little bit. Now take a deep breath and reach up to the ceiling as much as you can. Do not hurt yourself. You do not need to strain any muscles. If you can't hold your arms straight up, that's fine. Now exhale with your hands facing up, with your arms to the halfway point. Turn your hands down and push them behind you slowly while you're still exhaling. Now take a deep breath because you're probably well out of breath by now. Okay. Now we're going to do some ankle movements, and I don't think these are going to show up in the phone. I'll try to show you here. It's basically just turning the ankle around in a circle. And it's, again, very gentle, very gentle. There's no special breathing you need to do with this one, just regular breathing. At this point, I want you focused on your ankle. Lift your heel off the floor just a little bit, as much as you can do comfortably. And I want you to turn your big toe in a circle, which makes the whole foot go around in a circle. In either direction, whichever one feels good to you. I wanted to do it 3 times. Then put your foot down on the floor. By now, you're probably feeling it a little bit in your lower back or your thighs or your stomach. So you just breathe normally for a moment. Now I want you to pick that foot up off the floor again and do it again in the other direction. Whatever direction you went the first time, do it in the opposite direction this time. Spin it around a few times. You may hear some cracks and pops. Don't pull anything. There's no need for this to hurt at all. This is about stretching the fascia in your body and gently awakening the muscles. Put your foot back down if you haven't already. Take a break. If if you feel up to it. If your calf muscles and your thigh muscles can handle it, we're going to do that one more time. If not, just sit there for a minute until we get to the next foot. I'm just spinning my foot around in whatever direction I want. It's the same stretch no matter which way you turn your foot. So find a way that hurts the least. Spin it around a few times and put it down. Okay, now sit here and mindfully breathe. Feel your chest, which probably got a little tight while you were holding your heels up, start to relax. Same with your stomach muscles, your lower stomach muscles, your lower back muscles, and your legs. Okay, now lift your right heel off the floor. We're going to do the same thing. Turn it whichever way doesn't hurt too bad in a circular shape. A few times, and then set your foot down. Okay. When you feel ready, lift that foot again just a little bit. It might just be this far off the floor. That's okay. Just turn it around. Maybe try the other direction. One direction might work better for one foot than it does for the other. There's no uniformity here required. Put your foot down. You're activating your upper core muscles and your lower core muscles and your lower back the whole time you're doing this. So don't be afraid to go very, very gently. All right. Now we're going to do the invisible basketball one more time. Hold your arms out in front of you and hold the invisible basketball and grip it just a little bit. As you get stronger, you will start really flexing. But for now, we're just gently going to hold this very light little basketball. And we're going to lift it up. If you can look up, go ahead. If you can't, just look forward and hold your arms up as much as you can. And maybe try to get a little stretch on the right and a little stretch on the left. Now, bring your arms down. Technically, you're deep breathing and exhaling during all this time, but I forgot to mention it. Turn your hands over so they're facing the floor and push. Move with resistance behind you, back behind you, just a little ways back here. You see my fingers. All right. And then come back to center and mindfully breathe for a moment or two so you can feel your shoulders and your chest and your stomach relax and your lower back. And that's it.